like obviously, like the camera's not moving about like fucking.
No, I'm just moving out of
I'm
the
having a
way.
fucking fit here, mate. I'm having an
No, I'm just
epileptic
moving out of
fit.
the way because the record button's under where my phone's sitting.
Oh god, you're recording now. Look, you
Right,
should really be wearing a mask.
it started
So
recording now, Gav. So
this is what everyone does these days. I've got my hand sanitizer.
right, it's recording now, mate. So you can fire
Oh,
away.
is it? All right. Okay. Right. Hello.
But
And welcome to another podcast. And this week we have Obie, the comedian, also known as, or AKA, John O'Brien, who has
don't
been a
don't
comedian.
don't say Obie the comedian. I hate that.
Well, don't you have? That's what you Obie
No,
the
I
comedian.
did. I did that by mistake. Somebody done a website for me years ago, and they put up Obie the comedian, and it
I do
sounds like
apologise.
fucking. It sounds
My
like
research did leave.
It
Yeah.
sounds like Coco the clown, and I hate it. So if I turn up to do stand up, they expect like a guy with a big
All right.
nose and all that shit.
Okay.
So
Yeah. All right. Well, yeah.
I
So
had it on my Facebook that for a while, but it started annoying me because people were putting it on posters when I was turning up for gigs. Obie the
yeah.
comedian, and it just sounded a
Right.
bit too much like Coco the fucking clown to me.
Yeah. And I suppose, yeah. It's like Bob the Builder, isn't it? You know.
Aye, and I thought people would not take that
Postman
serious.
Pat. That's not like Postman Pat though. All right. Okay. Well, Obie.
Postman
Anyway,
the
also,
Pat.
AKA Abe Obie. John O'Brien is your real name. Is that okay to say that? Yeah.
Aye, as long as it's not John
Yeah.
O'Brien, the trapeze artist.
Yeah. Yeah. John O'Brien, the lockdown one. Yeah. So basically, yeah. So I've not actually been doing podcasts for a while. So I got in touch with Obie. We've been talking to each other the last year and a half, I suppose. Yeah.
Aye,
Just the
yeah.
same as normal. And yeah, so we've all decided we'll do a podcast today because the reason why I'm doing this actually is not because of me. It's actually because of Obie. Because Obie has some plans, and they're quite big plans. But I don't know what you've been talking about on social media. I don't have social media apart from Twitter,
Twitter.
which I've just got back onto Twitter because
Hang
of
on.
my new interests.
I don't use Twitter much. I'm on Twitter, but I hardly use it.
No, I kind of get on better with Twitter in a way, I suppose. Do you know what I
Aye,
mean? It's less personal. I think it's more like you're just watching other people. Yeah,
aye.
it's just it
What
it's
do
just
you
an
do
opinion.
on it?
It's really just opinions, really. It's just like people's. I know Facebook's opinions, but Facebook's got more content on it. It's got like people's videos. It's got very personal, isn't it?
Aye,
It's almost like you're in Facebook. You're almost in a room together with a load of other people. Where in
aye,
Twitter, you're in a room on your own, but there's loads of other doorways. You know what I mean?
aye. You can
So you
talk
can walk
to
into different people's
celebrities and
room.
stuff.
Yeah. You're more like following people than you have friends. You know what I mean? It's not called friends, it's called followers or
Aye,
following. You know what I mean?
aye.
So
I've
yeah,
never.
I've only just
If I
got
put it,
back on.
I've got an account, but sometimes I'm
Yeah.
not quite sure about it. Sometimes I
Yeah,
put something up and nobody sees it.
it's a totally different animal, mate. It really
Aye,
is. It's a totally different
so
animal.
I've not
Facebook.
quite
I know
worked it
you're
out.
very Facebook orientated. I know that. But yeah, so we'll talk a little bit about the Facebook thing. But first of all, I want to talk to you about your stand-up career as it stands, which is, excuse the pun.
What do you want to know?
All right, okay, yeah. As it is at the moment, I mean, what have you been doing? Have you been like able to do any stand up, or are you preparing for the next stand up? Have you got any dates or anything like that at the moment?
No,
As we stand.
I've done the last 10 months. Well, last year kind of started off quite well because this
Yeah,
time last year I was in Perth, Australia. I was
right.
doing the comedy festival over there.
Yeah,
So I was
yeah. I
thinking
remember. I remember.
this is a good start to a good year. And then I come over, and then I done like 2 gigs, the Glasgow Comedy Festival and one in Edinburgh somewhere, and then the whole world shut down. So it's
No, no way, it did. And I think it was my fault because as soon as I left Scotland, literally the world ended on the way down. It's almost like you see them films where you're driving. Like I was just driving innocently down the motorway, and the whole
aye.
fucking world was slowly but surely falling apart behind me as I
Or
got to South End.
was it you that caused it? Did you sneeze and fuck
Pretty
off
much.
down the south end?
Yeah, I think I must have done. I must have caused it because I just literally left Scotland and it just fucking went pear shaped.
Aye, fair enough.
But yeah, I mean, like, we're not going to really talk. We're not going to say the C word. Okay, that's going to be a rule because one, it destroys the algorithm on the podcast, and the
All
other
right.
thing, it's boring. It's boring. I find it so boring to
Did I
talk
see
about.
it?
No, you didn't say it. Good. No, we'll keep it at that. Let's forget about it even exists. But like, okay, so God, hand sanitizer, quick.
That's sanitizer.
Yeah, God. Right, okay, so bloody hell, that's strong, that stuff, man. That's strong.
Is it?
Anyway, that's probably poisoned me now, so I'm going to take that
Probably,
off.
aye.
Yeah,
I'll
it's
buzz
disgusting
a
stuff.
pen or something.
Yeah. See, like that's the thing, though, man.
I'll
Like,
get a buzz of this thing. Look.
that's better, isn't it? Is that like I don't know what it. Yeah. Okay. So anyway,
Just
yeah.
a
So
pen.
obviously, all right. Okay. So like obviously last year we won't talk about the actual thing around it, but it's obviously put everything to a halt. So it's put your stand-up career to a halt, isn't it? The festival was it wasn't, didn't exist. It didn't happen.
Aye, so the Edinburgh Festival never happened. I was a bit gutted
Which
about
is a
that.
big. But not only that, that's also quite kind of harsh on the old wallet as well, isn't it? It's on the bank account, I suppose, because you make a lot of
Aye.
money, didn't you, during the
It can be,
festival?
aye, because I done all right at the festival, because
Yeah, no.
I could have started to build a decent audience in Edinburgh, so I always get kind of fully shrooms most days, and I done
Yeah,
all right. So I missed out on that, plus the atmosphere and loads of mates that I see every year only at the festival
yeah,
that come from Australia and stuff in America, and it just never happened, which was weird.
yeah. I mean, like, so what have you been doing then over this like year,
Oh,
yourself?
well,
I mean,
I work I'm working, obviously I need to work, so I've been working doing Just Eat, delivering food. So basically
yeah,
delivering food to stoned people. So basically stoned people at like McDonald's, KFC, I've been delivering that. But comedy wise, I've not done a lot. I've been doing a bit of writing. So I'm trying to write
yeah,
more. Um
yeah.
and I've done some Zoom gigs. So I've done some like kind of
Podcast.
comedy. I've done some podcasts and Zoom
Yeah,
gigs,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
but I've not done a lot of Zoom gigs because it's not the same as doing a live, a live actual gig with an audience. You know
no,
what
of
it's
course it
like
ain't. Nah.
when the atmosphere's there.
Yeah,
You
yeah, yeah.
find
No, of course.
I've
Yeah,
done kind of I've done some Zoom gigs when you can actually hear the audience, which is all
yeah,
right. You can kind of hear the laughter. But I've done
yeah,
other
yeah, yeah,
ones
yeah.
where I'm doing material, but you can't actually hear anything. So you can't really, because comedy's like a two-way thing. You've
Yeah.
got to
Give
kind
and
of,
take.
it's like you got to you throw out your joke, you get the reaction, then the next
Yeah,
bit goes depending on what comes back. You can't
yeah,
just be like a robot doing the material. You've got to kind of sort of two-way. It's like a conversation.
yeah.
I mean, you're
No,
just
no,
doing it by
yeah, I get that.
Zoom. It's hard to tell what reaction you're getting. So you might be
Funny you
dying on
say
your
that.
arse, or you might be doing
Yeah.
brilliant, but you've got no idea.
It's funny you say that because I was listening to a podcast, Joe Rogan podcast with Bill
Aye.
Burr, and he said that he was doing at first he wasn't convinced, but he was doing
Hang on, I'm just
a gig with in front of cars. So like basically it was like a car park,
aye.
and yeah, it was a car park, and he just did the gig. And thing is, he didn't get that feedback. You know, he
Aye,
wasn't getting laughter and all that. You know, I mean, not even people tooting the horns and all that. I
aye,
don't know. And
aye,
he found that really difficult at first, but then
aye,
he had to work a way around it, and he started to, because to be honest with you, I watched your last video you did, right? I don't know if you posted it or not.
aye. I did.
I found that hilarious. You know, I mean, I found that very good. You
See,
know, I mean,
that's different.
that was brilliant.
See, I think right. What I'm learning, right? It's a weird thing. See, there's doing videos. Is like see when I start doing stand up. Like you done
Yeah,
my workshop a few years ago,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
So when you start doing stand up, nobody starts and it's hilarious right away. If that makes so you don't you have
yeah,
to work out. Takes you a while to become comfortable on
yeah,
stage. So you can, there's a thing called finding your voice,
yeah,
right? Which kind of means you can test things. You have to do loads of gigs, and you work out what your kind of character. Because it's not like when I'm on stage, I'm like me, but like a don't know. It's like an updated version or a kind of character version of me,
yeah, yeah. Well, that's
a
what I
kind of
got from the
slightly
video. Yeah,
crazy version of
yeah,
me.
drunk. It's almost like you're drunk, isn't it?
Aye, and I
Yeah,
sometimes act a bit drunk, so it took me a while to work that
which
out.
I thought was quite inappropriate because you were sitting in the driver's seat of a car.
I would have done the video, but
It's hilarious.
so I've worked out what works on stage.
Yeah.
So it's like a new thing for me. See, doing the videos, I don't feel like I feel comfortable on the stage now because I've done it
Yeah.
for years. So, but
Yeah.
doing
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
a video, it's a different
Yeah.
vibe. So it's
Yeah.
not like
Yeah.
when I've got like 50 to 100 people in front of me, I know how to, the energy kind of comes and goes and
Yeah.
you kind of feed off it. So when I'm doing like
Yeah.
a video, I need to kind of think psychologically about, so it's a bit like
Mm.
speaking to one person rather than a
Yeah.
crowd full of people. So I've
Yeah.
tried to adapt slightly how I think about that. So that's still something I'm
It
kind of
worked. Whatever
working
you,
on.
whatever you're doing, mate. Honestly, that last video, that's it. That's the
Aye,
magic's there. The magic's there, 100%. Even like just everything. Like you were just you. It was you. That was you on
aye,
stage. Mate. That video, honestly, make sure you get it out there. Share it with this video.
aye,
Um,
aye. I'm
right.
trying to do more of that kind of thing. So I'm trying to do
Yeah.
like
Well, I
one
think
every
as well that I
day
know.
and
You know the
just
good
pick
thing about that video.
what?
The good thing about that video is you got out your own way. I saw it. I saw it. You weren't in your own way. You just were totally yourself.
Aye, that's the
You
thing,
know what I
Gav.
mean?
Hang on, I'm just trying to fix my this phone keeps slipping, so I'm just gonna try to fix it. There we go. Right, yeah,
Okay.
so it's fixed now. I
Yeah,
had
that's
to put a
better.
book
Yeah.
on it, right? The phone kept slipping there. Aye,
Yeah.
definitely. So when I started to stand up, I'll tell you how it changed for me, right? So, I remember just that it's an attitude change,
Mm.
right? So when I first started doing stand up, I was kind of a when you first start, you're always kind of going. You've got the voice in your head going, shit, man, they're all judging me, they hate me, they're not going to laugh. No, you got all
Yeah.
the shit going on. And I
Yeah.
remember a specific gig, and I'm not saying it all changed then, but
And
I
I have
learned that.
experienced this, by the way. I've
The what?
experienced this. I've experienced it from your workshop. I experienced it
Aye,
doing that 5 minutes. You know, that 5 minute set that I did. I experienced it.
aye,
What you're talking about, so I can relate. You know what I mean?
aye. So
That's
what
what I'm talking
happened was there was one gig I'd done. I'd only done about 10 gigs or something, so I was still very nervous. And I was working all day in a shitty job doing 12 hours. And then when
about.
at that stage I had to rehearse all day this 5 minute set, I didn't quite, I was had to be perfect. So I remember
Yeah.
before I went to the gig, I'd worked 12 hours, I was knackered. I drove to the gig, my mate was there, so I was more nervous because one of my mates was there rather than the strangers. And I was and I just get that panic. I don't know what I'm doing. I can't do this. I've no
Yeah.
idea what the fuck am I doing. What am I doing here? But
Yeah.
2 minutes before the gig, I just kind of had this thing come over and went, do you know what? I don't care. I don't care how
Yeah.
this goes. I'm just going to go up and enjoy it, and I don't care what anybody thinks. So I just went up there with attitude. I don't really give a shit, and that's when I realised that's the attitude that works. So it's
Yeah.
a balancing act between not caring but caring enough.
Yeah. But
So it's getting
again,
that on
yeah.
the videos
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, yeah, but it's not only that. It's also the good thing about that last one, and I'll use that as an example because that's the first one I've seen that actually you are actually like not awkward on it.
Aye,
You know what I mean?
aye,
But you weren't. It wasn't the fact you were just weren't awkward. It was the fact that actually you could have been standing on stage doing that.
aye,
You know what I mean? And I
aye,
think this is going down the road of where you need to be right now.
aye.
Personally, if I
Oh,
was to see
totally,
where you're
totally.
going, this is where you need to be. You need
Aye,
to be in that space because that's where we're moving to,
aye.
basically. And also as well, you know, the marketing side of it. It's the only way really to get the voice out there nowadays
Oh,
is to do
totally.
videos and get that attention.
There's a couple of guys that I'm learning, watching what they're doing. Two guys in
Yeah,
Scotland who have got like 100,000 followers each on Facebook, and it's just been
yeah,
putting like videos out,
exactly.
and
Consistent.
they've
We know
kind
that
of
from
they've
years
worked
ago.
out their so I've got an on stage persona, and I've worked out how to do that. So it's about
Mm,
getting that same kind of character or a different
yeah,
character that I can do in video and feel
yeah,
comfortable with it.
yeah, 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 yeah,
So I think I'm almost there with it.
yeah.
Worked out how to do it. So it took me a while, and I was a bit nervous doing it
Mm,
before doing
mm,
videos. It's weird. I'm sitting in my
yeah,
car, and I'm kind of going. I'm nervous in front of this
yeah,
phone, but if there was 100 drunk people in front of me, I'd feel at home.
yeah,
It's weird.
yeah. Mad, yeah. But I think it's 18 years of doing that. But it's only
Aye,
like, I mean, even though actually, to be honest with you, you've been doing videos fucking the same amount of time as I have, really. You know,
aye,
when I started doing like videos and that, you were doing them as well. you know, way back.
It's getting more consistent doing it.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
think even comedy though,
We always spoke about that.
I think even comedy, it took a good few years to get good, to get like really comfortable. To make, I think it took a few years to make it look. So I think some people when they see me doing stand up, they just see a guy chatting. They say, "Oh, that guy just looks as if he's natural chatting," but that takes years to get that, to make it look as if I'm just doing my thing. So I think it's the same process with videos that I'm kind of working on.
Yeah. Something I noticed about you as well in your stand-up career, and I've seen a lot. I mean, many years of your stand-up career, right? And
You're
to be
a
honest with you,
stalker
I
now,
think
Gav.
I know. I was when I was one of your roadies, wasn't I? Really? I mean, I saw you. Yeah, but I mean, I actually did the circuit with you in Edinburgh, didn't I? For pretty much the whole 3 months, or more or less. I mean, I was pretty much drunk for the whole
1
thing.
month.
I was it exactly.
The festival's not 3 months. I mean, it was 3 months. I'd be dead. I'd be dead by October.
That's how drunk I was. I was actually like living in 3 different dimensions at the same time. But yeah, no, what I noticed of you though is you go on foundation all the time. Whenever you do everything, you've done something from a foundation all the time, a comedy. You know what I mean? So what I mean is, it's like you get a lot of people. They kind of play with different areas of comedy, and they do this and do that. And not, you know what I mean? Like, and I think through nerves, because they think, oh, that's not working, so they change something else. That's not working. But you stuck to your guns and done something very foundational. You had this character, and not only funny, you've honed that character for all these years. You know what I mean? But you've not changed. You know what I mean? So what I mean is, you've always been that Obie, you know, that John O'Brien, that Obie. And I think that's something that you, like, a master would do. You know what I mean? Something a master would do. They wouldn't focus on, oh no, I need to change that because that doesn't look flurry enough. You know, in the martial arts or something, that doesn't look pretty enough. Or it's like you've worked on the foundations of comedy for all these years, and I think that's really key to. I think that's key to who you are. But now I think it's time for you to let that beast go, but let it out into the open. Do you know what I mean? More, but in a different way.
Let the beast go.
Yeah, release the beast. Release the beast. Now, what I mean is, and I'm not like what do they call it? I'm not blowing up your ass, right? Basically, I'm being honest with you. I think you're a fantastic comedian. But I think that last video, that video, the last one that was it. That was the magic, that you've been looking for in video, I think. And I'm just saying that as feedback.
Do you know what was different about it as well, Gav? That's slightly that I've worked out a bit before. Right, I've read a lot. Right, do you know what, how to get good at something? There's a lot of people, they want to be perfect before they do it, and I've done a lot of videos. Are probably a bit shit, but I kept doing them. And to work out, because like we stand up. When I was first doing it, I was kept doing it, despite being a bit shit for a while. I kept doing it and holding it and just tweaking it a wee bit and going, okay. So with the videos I worked out now, that the character's fine, but I'm now writing a wee bit behind it. So it's not. So a lot of the videos I was doing was just me talking, but now I've got a wee bit of. So I'm rehearsing a wee bit, which is it's good. I'm writing a wee bit. So I'm trying to write topics. So a lot of the videos I was doing before, I was just kind of putting the video on and talking for the sake of talking, which was all right. But in order for people to kind of watch something and get kind of, there has to be some kind of subject in it, or to chat about something. Like I'm writing one now that I'm kind of want to do about fears. So one I'll maybe do it tomorrow, that I'm kind of working out. All right, talking about fears I've got, and just kind of make that kind of funny. Talking about a list of fears.
Good. That's not funny. That is actually like quite relevant as well in these times. Is fear, because oh my god, I'm starting to get. I mean, I must admit, I sat back, you know, because lots changed for me. I would say over the last year personally. I'm just going to talk about myself for a second. But because you mentioned fear, right? And I thought to myself, oh, I'm fearless, I'm this and that. And actually, what I realised was that was a lie, because actually, I'm fucking scared of loads of shit. Loads. I didn't realise. I didn't know.
There's nothing wrong with that, Gav.
Yeah. Well, I know, but I didn't know. I didn't know that I was scared. It was unconscious, right? Anyway, so I started doing meditation, started doing the Wim Hof stuff. Because I'm now down in Essex with my family, right? And where I was in Scotland, not my own, because I had friends in that. But I mean, it's now I'm with my family and all that. It's a bit of a different scenario I'm living in at the moment. Because at the moment, I'm in a bit of limbo, right? But anyway, la-di-da, right? But what I thought with my time, I'm going to spend it doing like meditation,
Aye.
bit of like self. That's when I started to notice the fears, and I tell you what, they came at me like beasts, man. And I mentioned
Aye.
beasts again. I don't know why I kept mentioning beasts, but they just came at me like, you
What, the
know, one at
fears?
a time. Yeah, the fears did. Yeah.
Do you find that, right, Gav? Do you find that I'm doing a wee bit of meditation? Do you find that when you're doing meditation, like people expect just to get all the,
Yeah.
just to become,
Like, yeah.
just to
Yes.
become peaceful, calm,
Yeah.
but you find that a lot of shit comes up.
Yeah. The opposite
So,
happens.
so I'm fighting, and I'm only learning this. I just thought if you do meditation, and you might feel shit for a bit, but there's stuff that has to come up, and
Yeah.
so it's like because I've there's a lot of kind of guy. There's a guy I follow, Kyle Cease, which I love. He talks about if you've got fear, let it come up, but don't fight it. So it's like if you feel a bit shitty, kind of let it come up and just kind of what as if you're watching it. You go, like, that's
Yeah.
interesting. Look at the state of
Yeah.
him. He's shitty. He's
Yeah.
nervous. He's feeling a bit shitty.
Yeah.
He's thinking about that relationship that never worked out. Look at him, but let it come out and let it
Yeah.
kind of work. But watch it with interest. So I like the idea of watching watching your madness with fascination. So you can see yourself going, but going, holy shit, that's interesting. But watch it as if you're kind of stepping back and going, that's
Well,
mental.
that's what I've been doing, and I've actually been able to extinguish a lot of like. There's a couple of say physical fears. One of them for me personally was sleeping on my front. Believe it or not,
Aye.
I didn't
You
realize how
told me that
much.
before.
Yeah. And it was basically it's terrifying for me.
Really?
Absolutely terrifying, right?
How's
And
that then?
you still there?
Aye.
Yeah,
Or
it's
did
all
I go?
frozen up.
Have I frozen? Hang on,
Yeah,
I'm
you're
still.
frozen. Yeah,
Hang
you're
on.
frozen, mate.
Hang
Oh,
on.
there's a cat now.
I'm stuck.
I
Hang
like where
on.
you got a
I'll just.
cat. It's quite good.
I should come back.
My lights have gone out.
Right, I'm
I've gone in
back.
the dark.
I'm
Oh, yeah,
back.
yeah. Anyway, yeah. So I was I didn't realize. I mean, to be honest, it's not that I didn't realize. I just didn't take any notice. So I just didn't sleep in my front, right?
Aye.
So what I did was one night I was like, right, I'm going to just lay on my front. And I'll tell you what, I laid on my front, and it was honestly one of the most terrifying situations I could have put myself in. So I
Aye.
the adrenaline hits me, and I flip over, right? Anyway, so I'm meditating on this. The more I meditate on it, the more I read about certain things like fear and stuff like that, which I've got some amazing books I'm reading at the moment on the true self, fear, and all that sort of thing.
Aye.
Anyway, and they helped me through it, and now I can lay on my front, not at all, nothing.
Brilliant.
Nothing. Yeah, absolutely.
I
Gone.
think I remember you telling me that before that you can lie in your front. And I was like, that's weird, but it's
Yeah.
just it's just a weird thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
But
I'll tell you why it is. I can tell you why it is because when I was a kid, I had sleep paralysis,
aye,
and
I've had
I actually
that.
had sleep paralysis. Yeah, well, I had it like all the time, pretty much every single night, most of my
Aye.
life, even when I was an adult, actually, not just when I was a kid, because I used to have to tell like my girlfriends that if I start to breathe really heavy, please just shake me because it means I'm paralyzed.
Aye.
You know what I mean? Anyway, so
Aye.
that's the reason. But anyway, I've managed to beat it, and I say
So was it
beat it.
because of the
I think,
sleep paralysis?
well, I can only assume so. I'm
Aye.
pretty much certain it is. Yeah.
Because I
It's,
remember having that. It's scary shit. Because I remember
yeah.
like lying in my front as well, and you wake up and you can't move, and you're kind of going, "Shit, I can't move, man," and you're kind of you just can't move anything. You're like,
I
"Fuck."
know, it's
And eventually
horrible.
you get this big forceful. You go, "Ah," and you move.
Yeah, exactly. It's adrenaline. It's adrenaline. What it is, I don't know. I've read a little bit about it. I've not really read. It took me years to read into it. I don't know why I
Aye,
never read into it because I don't know. I just accepted it because I had it since I was a kid. So I just thought it was normal.
aye.
You know what I mean? And then I started to speak to
I've
people
not
about
had
it.
it
They're
for
like,
years, Gav. You've now put it in my subconscious mind.
yeah, I know.
I'm going to wake up in the middle of the night screaming because I can't
Yeah,
move.
I know.
Cheers, mate.
I mean, yeah. I mean, to be honest with you, I've not had it in a while, but I've had it a couple of times. It depends on what the situation is. I think it's
Aye.
just a bit of anxiety, unconscious anxiety, I suppose. It brings it on.
But
But yeah, yeah. Go on.
I've been reading a bit about astral projection recently.
All right.
You were into that kind of shit as well. And they
Yeah.
said,
More like lucid dreaming. I've been practicing lucid. Well, I
aye,
was practicing lucid dreaming.
and I think it's quite interesting. I don't know much about it, but a lot of them said that they get sleep paralysis before they do astral projection, which is
Yeah,
weird.
I found
So,
that out very late, or only recently as well. Since I was looking into lucid dreaming, that's what I found out. They said that sleep paralysis is actually a gift. It means you can actually like go into like different sort of realms and
Aye,
whatever, different layers of sleep or whatever it is,
that's
you know.
crazy. I've been reading a wee bit about
And I
that, and
never
it's
knew that. Just think,
interesting.
all these years I've had it, I could have fucking been flying about the place. I could have been going to visit maybe God and had a chat
Aye,
with him, and
you could be
you
flying
know what I mean?
about, kind of
Could have been,
get
yeah,
into that girl's house you fancy, just gonna hang about.
exactly. I could have been watching her in the shower. You know, it was fantastic.
The creepy bastard.
Oh, no, it's just terrible.
I used to get a lot of flying dreams, but
Mhm.
it was like lucid. I could fly. I could kind of a fly where I wanted.
Yeah,
Years ago,
yeah,
I've not had it for years, but
yeah.
I was aware that I was dreaming. I just go for a wee fly and fly about. It was quite cool.
Yeah, and I actually noticed personally myself, right? Because I've not been meditating for, I haven't meditated for probably about, if I'm going to be completely honest with you right now, I'm going to guess, I reckon 8 days I haven't meditated
Aye,
for, right? Which is unlike me. I was meditating consistently for months, right? I don't know why I stopped. I think it's because I've got focus, like hyper focus on something else. So I just like kind of my energy went into that,
aye,
and that was it, really. But I noticed as well, I stopped dreaming. Since I stopped meditating, I stopped dreaming. I
really,
was dreaming every single night, yeah, and I can remember my dreams pretty much,
aye,
right? Really, really vivid dreams as well. I didn't. I think I managed to lucid dream once for a few seconds. It felt like, you know, really, really
aye,
quickly. Because as soon as the problems with lucid dreaming, right, you can come out of it really easily because you're
aye,
conscious. So that means basically the slightest thing will wake you up. That's the
aye.
problem.
That's what I
Um,
hate when that happens.
yeah,
You're in this
that's the.
place, all sorts of crazy shit's happening. Do you
Wake
ever
up.
get it, Gav? Do you ever get it when you're kind of you're in a lucid dream and I don't know where you are. I can't even remember. Usually at the time and you're in a place you could kind of feel it fading. You try
Yeah,
to focus. I don't want to go. I'm enjoying this.
yeah,
And
yeah,
you
yeah,
wake up. You
yeah,
go, ah,
yeah.
you bastard.
Oh, I know. You never guess what I did, right? The other day, I think I might have told you about it. Is right. I was in a dream, right, and I was walking along, and James May was. I was on an airfield. I
Aye,
was walking up to a hangar. James May was in the hangar working on something, a plane or a car or something like that.
aye,
And as I was walking along, he came up to me. He goes, "What are you doing here?" And I was like, "Ah." And I went. I looked at him. I thought, "This is James May." I thought. I said, "Oh, I said, I don't know. I don't know. I can't remember what I actually said to him because it's gone a little bit, but he took me into the kind of office bit, right?
aye,
And Jeremy Clarkson was there. So I was with James Bay, Jeremy Clarkson, and I can't remember if the hamster was there, the
aye.
other
Other
guy.
guy.
Remember his name? Yeah, the other guy, right? Can't remember if he was there. But I sat down and then I suddenly realised I was dreaming. And then I thought to myself, oh my God, what year is it? That's right. I asked James May, I said to him, what year is it? And like he didn't actually tell me, but I kind of for some reason I assumed it was like in the past because it was like Top Gear time, right?
In the past, all
And I
right.
sat down, yeah, I went in the office and I was like, I sat down quickly and like, and I quickly said to him, I said, guys, well, I'm not going to mention the name of this, right? I mentioned the C word. I said, oh, guys, this thing's going to come. It's going to like take over the whole world. And like, you know, you've got to tell everyone. And then I slowly started and I said, and they were looking at me and I was like, ah. I said, I said, I'm dreaming, but you're not. That's what I said to them. I said, I'm
Aye,
dreaming, but you're not. And then I died. I died right there. I
sure.
just basically fell back, completely died, right?
And woke up.
And then I saw no, but I saw like as I was dying, Jeremy Clarkson come up to look at me and go, "Oh my God, what's going on?" And then like then I woke up, right? And that was
Aye,
the dream.
aye.
But it was so real, mate. You know, it was well weird.
That's crazy,
And
isn't it?
I honestly thought to myself, did I just time travel and actually go to the Top Gear? Honestly, I thought I time traveled, mate.
Aye.
It was mental. But
Yeah,
that was probably the last lucid dream I had. And
I've,
honestly, since yeah, go on.
I've had dreams. I've had kind of dreams that are like time travel as well, or I've went back, and it's like a regular one I've had, when I get back in time and, until I'm in primary school.
Yeah,
But it's like again my body at primary school or sometimes high school. Like I become like a 10-year-old, but it's me. It's like but I know everything I know now.
yeah,
So I get to school and I'm like 6 or something, and
yeah,
I'm telling the teacher all these things, and she's like, "This guy's a genius." But then
yeah.
they don't realise that it's me as an older person and my 6-year-old body. So it's just like me getting into
Yeah,
my soul getting into my 6-year-old body, kind of going, just giving them all this kind of wisdom.
I know, yeah, yeah, brilliant, yeah. Telling your mates and all that as well, like, oh yeah, I've done this and I've done that, and I know this and I know that, yeah.
I
But
say to
that's
the
what I mean.
guys
It's
I
like,
went to school with, you're going to become a junkie when you're older. You're a bully now, but when you're older, you're going to get into drugs and stuff.
oh, yeah, yeah. He's like that. What?
Aye,
Yeah. So like, I mean, yeah, it's mad. But I do. That's what I mean. I do think if anyone out there wants to dream, I think it is possible to actually like get the dreams that you're kind of looking for if you can like control the rest of the stuff that's around you.
Aye,
You know what I mean? The chaos that around you. You know what I mean? And I think the only way, well, not the only way, but one of the compliments is to meditate. I'm sure of it
aye, oh,
because I
definitely.
noticed because when I noticed to stop dreaming when I stop meditating, and that's a
Aye,
fact. You know what I mean?
get
But
back
anyway,
on it,
right.
man.
Let's go back on to your thing, right? Okay, because before we go on too long on that, and we missed this bit out, I think it's important to mention that you actually got a challenge for yourself. You did a kind of series of comedy. What was it? Well, you did a series of comedy. It was called "Fuck It," wasn't it? The "Fuck It" is right.
Aye, aye,
Yeah. So and your genius post-it note
aye.
flyers, which
I
actually
love,
got you probably busier than any comedian in the whole of the
aye, the
festival at the
festival,
time.
definitely, aye.
Yeah, it was brilliant. That was. But anyway, yeah. So you've got a challenge that is related to the "Fuck It" list, and
Aye.
it's. Can you tell us about that?
Aye, well, it's difficult to plan it now because I want to. I've kind of got an idea about how to kind of promote it before I can plan it because we don't know what the world's going to be like in the next few months yet. So what
No,
I
no, of
want to
course
do
not. No.
is I want to do what
But
I
let's
want.
just forget that. So let's forget about that. All
Aye,
right. Okay, because we're talking about something that's on a higher vibration, not that low vibrational bollocks.
all right,
What is it? What is it you plan on doing, and how do you plan on setting it out? Because
aye,
everything
right,
else is possible, right? So
aye,
let's
cool,
go
aye.
with that.
So I want to do Land's End to John O'Groats in one
Yeah,
day.
which is
No, no.
walking. Yeah.
Well,
So yeah,
run it, sprint it. I
yes,
want to sprint it in one day. Like,
yeah. So you
like,
base yes.
so I want to
So you're
walk
gonna
it and
right,
do gigs on the way.
yeah.
And it would take about, I think it was like 3 months or something like that.
Yeah, so for people that don't know what that means, it means walking from the very lowest point of the UK, England.
Aye.
Well, actually, Cornwall. They don't like to be called England, actually.
Oh, yeah.
But
Aye.
yeah, from the lowest point of the UK all the way up to the very highest point in Scotland.
Aye.
Okay, so anyone watching this that doesn't know that, but it is quite famous, so most people will know. But if
Aye.
you're watching in America and places like that, then you won't know. And what is the mileage? Have you done the
Eh,
mileage on it yet?
it's
Is it 800 miles or something?
something like that, 900 to 1,000. It depends what route you go, but I think it's like
Yeah, yeah,
1,000-ish,
yeah,
nine
yeah,
hundred to 1,000.
yeah.
And I
So
want to do gigs on the way, but I want to do like the fuck it list, have a list of challenges on the way as well.
yeah, yeah.
Like do
Not that it's a challenge anyway, but yeah, I know
aye,
what
it's
you
still
mean.
a challenge, but aye, that's a challenge. But on the
Like
way to do like
yeah,
stuff on the
like
way.
apple bobbing.
Aye, whatever, just crazy stuff. Maybe do a bungee jump
Yeah.
somewhere, a parachute jump somewhere, and then
Yeah,
ride a
yeah, yeah, yeah.
camel.
Why not? Yeah.
Just silly
Actually, I'll tell
things.
you what. Funny enough, right? Okay, well, this is going to be shared like on your page and on Facebook and on YouTube and all that sort of stuff,
Aye,
right? So I'm going to ask the people that are watching this, okay, to help you out because we've got people all over the country, right?
aye,
So I want you to, because we need to lighten the fucking place up a little bit, and I'm not going to mention why, but we need to do it, right? So this is
aye,
a way to do it. This is comedy. Comedy's still alive. We can't kill comedy, man. So like, I'm going to ask everybody to um, set challenges for you up the path. So wherever you are, you could actually walk to that particular area because
aye,
people actually live in that area and set you a challenge and get a gig as well through
aye,
people, because that's what we need to do. You need to this is a community, right? So at the end of
aye,
the day, everyone needs to chip in and say, okay, right, we've got this place that you can do a gig in that place because it's like empty or it's not being used or it's a
aye,
pub or it's a club or it's, you know what I mean?
aye,
And as you're going up, we can get that, get that momentum, what I mean, as you're going, because, I've got a similar sort of plan myself personally, right? But not, not that I'm going to mention here, right? But the fact is, but I can only do it one step at a time anyway. So I think with you, that would be a cool thing to do. And I'm only
aye.
just putting this out there for you, is actually you start from John O'Groats with not much of a plan. You know what I mean?
Oh, I totally, I get that.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
just work out,
yeah.
work out.
And then
I
you
want to
could
go
go on
the other
social
way though.
media.
I want to start at Land's End and go up the way.
That's what I mean. Yeah, but you think about it like this, right? Because remember I did that hitchhiking thing.
Aye,
And I didn't know where I was going to go. I just
aye,
basically went on social media and said, look, is anyone going that way? Can you take me to like wherever? And then they took me to there. Then I get out and I went, is anyone else going that way? I ended up going all the way down to fucking Bognor Regis to Cardiff, back up to Edinburgh. You know what I mean? In 3 days, right? But this is the kind of thing because you're going to be walking, right? So you can have your plan step by step. So you're walking to there, and then people can kind of build that like energy up. They can build that hype up a little bit in that area. So, yeah, Obie's coming. He's walking here, right? He's walking here, and he's going to do a gig here. Whether you could do the gigs in a fucking park for all it, for really, if you think about it. You know what I mean? Outdoors in the open. Why fucking not?
Totally. Because one of my favourite gigs a few years ago was in a garage, in somebody's garage in Paisley, in Scotland. It was just somebody's converted garage. They asked me along. They had about 20, 30 people in, and it was good fun. Halfway through it, a guy came in delivering Chinese, and the guy was like, "Oh shit!" So I took the piss out of this guy. And it was just so much fun. So I love doing kind of gigs like that.
That's what I think. Yeah, because it's the name. It's the clues in the name. The fuck it list. I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, if you were to say I'm going to go here, very conservatively, even though it would be a challenge because it's still walking. I think it wouldn't be as because.
I get it.
Using the power, yeah.
Give me a second. I just got to go run to the toilet. Right, I'll be 2 seconds.
All right, no worries. I'll keep everyone entertained.
Right, you just dance or something. 2 seconds.
All right. I think his zip was undone there. Anyone's got rewind, just rewind back and get to see that. Not that you want to see it personally, but yeah. So this is interesting. Well, I've not actually been on social media for quite a while, so this is actually quite good. Actually, I used to do interviews all the time on Facebook, and yeah. So, but yeah, I'm not really doing that much at the moment, but I am meditating, and I do highly recommend meditating. Actually, to be honest with you, if you're not doing it, even if you take 5 minutes. Just 5 minutes meditation. I've gone dark.
Oh, hang on.
Yeah, 5 minutes. Oh, it's back anyway.
I don't know why.
Don't tell him what I said. All right, guys. Just keep that one quiet between you and me.
What did you say?
All right, he's back. He's back. What
are you saying, Gav? Were you saying?
I wasn't saying anything.
Were you saying bad things?
No, not at all. No. But yeah, okay, yeah. So you're going to be walking from there to there. Okay, so John O'Groats.
No, I agree with you, Gav. I think what you said there, to have a lot of it unplanned is a good thing because it adds to the fuck it list idea. So I think it'd be good to have some gigs planned, but then another time just just can I see if I can get last minute venues where I can do a gig.
Yeah,
which would be good.
I mean, you could even have a GoFundMe as well.
Big gigs planned. What's that?
Yeah, you could even have a GoFundMe on the way up as well.
Aye.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Why not? People do that, Go up there, GoFundMe, can give like 50% of charity, 50% is expenses.
Aye,
you know what I mean?
Something
like that. Yeah,
I mean, good to do. I just want to go out there and do stuff, enjoy my school. I think I've been a bit frustrated because I've had the kind of fuck it list kind of thing going on for a few years, and I still feel as if I'm kind of there's a part of like the social conditioning holding on to you. You know, I want to do more, just get out of the comfort zone a bit more, but you feel as if
I know exactly how you feel, mate.
Paying bills and all that kind of holds on to you, and but you really just want to go fuck off and just go and do your own thing.
I know, especially especially now because we've been kind of we've kind of put ourselves in situations where what I mean, it's just not been the same basically, has it? Let's face it. So it's hard to. I mean, you can get your comfort there. Like, to be honest, I'm going to ask you this afterwards, actually, about that, actually. But I've not been doing much in the way of cardio. I used to do a lot of running and stuff like that. So actually thinking about the running and stuff like that, with this sort of thing, are you training for it or are you just going to go do it? Because, I mean, it's going to really be hard on your feet.
I'd like to run some of it and walk some of it. Because I'd like to train on the way, like, because I've been training quite a bit the last week. I've been doing a workout every night in the last 8 days I told you about. So I'm quite chuffed with that. I disappeared again.
Yeah, you disappeared again.
Can you hear me though?
I don't know what internet you got.
No, have you got
Telewest? Are you connected to Telewest?
Unstable. It's coming back. Hang on, Gav. There we go. I'm back again.
Jeez.
So
not one of them old-fashioned modems.
I have got dial-up. AOL dial-up I've got.
Yeah. Yeah, go on. Sorry, mate.
So I'd like to be in a position where I can just pick and choose, maybe run for a bit one day, then walk for a bit.
Yeah.
And it'd be tough. I was talking to somebody online about it. There's a Facebook group, and they went, "Oh, it's not easy." I went, "I'm not doing it because it's easy." They said, oh,
What do you mean? Who said
it's
it's not
as easy.
easy?
It's not as easy as you think. I mean, I don't think it's easy. I don't
Who's
want to do it
yeah
because it's easy.
yeah? But
You
did
want to
that?
do
Is he
hard
done it?
things because they're tough and it'll mess you
Yeah.
up for a bit. It'll you
Oh
go through
yeah.
stages where
Exactly.
it's like, what am I doing? You want that because that's how you grow, being really
Yeah,
uncomfortable.
exactly. And also as well, it's funny that someone would say that. And have they done that? Have they walked?
It was a Land's End to John O'Groats group. And they went, oh, it's not as easy
Oh,
as you think. They think I can just turn up with slippers on and do it in a couple of
oh
days.
mate.
And
Because
I'm not doing it, but
you know what it is though, right? I've noticed this on social media, and this is one of the reasons why, to be honest with you, I did come off it. It's one of the reasons.
aye,
Is the tribalism. It's people get way too tribal about
aye.
shit, man. It's like if it's not one thing, it's the other thing. You know what I mean? It's like why can't people like things without being fucking over the top with them? You know what I mean? Like, you get these groups and they're like, oh yeah, well, I've been doing it for 5 years and I'm the best really at it and I know what I'm talking about. And you're new, you don't know what you're talking about. Coming
Aye.
in this space with your trainers on. I've been doing it on my nose. You know what I mean? That kind of
Oh,
thing.
I
People have been
remember,
people
like, I've
they
done
get
like,
too obsessed. It's like vegans, it's like the vegan thing. Like it's just like too much. It's too
aye,
much. I don't mind vegans. I'm just saying, like they get tribal
aye,
and it becomes obsessive and it's annoying.
aye.
That's
Oh,
all I wanted to say
I
about
went
that.
all, I
And
went
that's what I
all,
found on social media. There's a lot of that.
aye. And I hate people that, I remember, not about social media, just people's attitudes. The people project, I'm getting all psychological, their limitations on you, which happens a lot. Right, I've went to sniff again, haven't I? I went, that keeps happening. We're all right. Okay, can you hear me?
Yep.
Right, so you can hear me. That'll come back in a minute. I don't know what's going
Yeah,
on
yeah.
with
You're
that.
breaking up.
I
Yeah.
know. I don't know what's going on with
I
that.
don't know. Yeah.
Um,
Try not to move. Try not to
it's
move
come,
around too much.
I'm not. Right, it's coming back. Right, so people project their
Yeah, it's all right. It's all right.
limitations on. People project their limitations on you. I remember years ago. I've
Yeah.
done like four marathons now. Just
Yeah.
today.
Yeah. Well, four. Bloody hell.
Aye. So just today. No, I've done four. And I remember
That's
the
good
first
training.
time I decided that I was going to do it, and I hadn't
Yeah.
done much running at that point.
Yeah.
But I remember being in the gym. I think it was in the sauna, the gym I was in, and I was chatting to a guy, a naked guy. I just chatted to this guy. I said, I'm doing the Edinburgh Marathon this year. And
Yeah.
you ever get people to do that? They kind of go, they do that thing. You just kind of go, and they kind of went, what have you done before? I went, no, nothing. I've not done a marathon before. I went, what's the furthest you've run? I went, not much, maybe 5K or something. And I'll really do treadmill. I went, you should just maybe do a 5K first. I went, no, I'm doing a marathon. Like he's trying to kind of project his shit on me. And I picked a training program over 4 months, and I done
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it was it wasn't easy. And I won it. I beat Mo Farah. No, I done it, and I done a decent time because I put the training in.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
just projecting his
Negative energy
what
in it,
he
really.
thinks is possible on me. And
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
there's so many
That's
people like
well,
that.
limitations, isn't it? It's when
Aye,
people put limitations on you because all
aye,
they're doing is limiting themselves, I suppose.
aye,
But they're doing it through looking at you, like so. It's almost like mirror effect.
aye.
Yeah,
I
there's loads of
totally.
people like that, and it's one of them
even when,
things.
even when I started doing stand up, um, I don't know if it's a working class thing, a Scottish working class thing, and I was kind of scared to tell anybody
Yeah,
that I was doing it. I was sneaking away doing this. That keeps freezing, doesn't it? So I kept going away to this comedy workshop every week for like 8 weeks, and I didn't even tell my parents I was going. I was just saying I was going away every Thursday, and I went, where are we
yeah.
going? I went, I'm going to a devil worshipping thing. So I would say everything. I would tell them everything. Devil worshipping, I'm a serial killer. But I couldn't tell them that I was doing stand up. And it took
Yeah,
me
yeah,
about a
yeah, yeah.
year before I
Yeah.
actually come out as a stand up comedian. So what have you been doing?
I know
I'm
it's nuts, isn't it?
making people laugh, and it's weird.
Well, it's funny because actually, yeah, even now, like, because I've never really done a job for that long, I still find it difficult. When someone else says, "What do you do?" I still find it difficult to tell them, even when I'm doing it.
Aye.
I mean, I'm not even like anything crazy. I mean, I'm working with my brother and doing a surveying, but I don't even know what I call it because I can't call myself a surveyor because I'm not really a surveyor. But we
Aye.
do surveys, so I suppose
Aye.
in a way I'm a surveyor, but not a chartered surveyor. I suppose that's what it is. But it's still when I put like occupation, I'm always like, what do I do? I don't know what I
Aye.
do.
Aye.
You know what I mean? Even though I do it, it's really weird
I
because
know.
I'm so used to, because you know, you get some people, they do a job for a really long time and that's what they do, isn't it?
Aye.
Whereas I've just always done things for a few years and I'm like, oh, no, I'm bored of that. See you later. You know what I mean?
I've got that with day jobs as well. That day
Yeah,
jobs.
exactly. Yeah.
Having a
So
day
then,
job
but
for 40 years terrifies me. Having the same
yeah,
job for years,
but
apart from stand
in a
up.
way, yeah, in a way, I don't like to label myself as something, but I do really enjoy working with my brother. You know what I mean?
Aye.
Like, but basically, I feel like I'm more just a partner in my brother's business than I
Aye.
am what the job title is.
Aye.
Because I don't think I am what the title is. You know what I mean? I'm not, because I go around people's houses and I work in council estates and stuff like that, and I'm seeing different people every day from all walks of life, right? And I love it, but I don't really call myself in it.
Aye.
So I can kind of understand where you're coming from when it's stand-up comedian, because it's almost an unbelievable job, isn't it?
Aye. Aye.
You know what I mean?
Crazy. Aye.
It's hard. It's one of them jobs where it's one of them jobs where it's hard to believe you're actually doing that as a job
That's great though. I love
in
it.
a way.
I know.
Oh no, yeah, yeah, of course.
I'm just trying to fix this.
Amazing career if you can get away with doing it.
Aye, I love it. Hang on. Right. You know, another thing that people ask me that drives me nuts. There's especially people ask me this are people that I've grew up with that I've never actually been to a gig. They
Mm.
kind of go, they give advice as well. People that have never done stand up are good at giving advice. I say, oh, you should do this, Obie. So when's the last time you came to see me? I've never been to see you. Well, shut up then. And they ask you this thing, they go, do you think you'll ever make it? And I'm
Yeah.
kind of going, right, do you know what does that mean? And to them, that's like being on telly or doing big tours, and that'd be great. But I always kind of think, like, I do like 100 gigs a year, and I get to do what I love like 100 times a year in front of an audience. So is that not like already making
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
the technical.
For some weird reason, I don't know what's going on, but your signal must be terrible, mate, because it's all going.
No, it should
You've
be.
got.
It's not. I've done it before. It's normally fine.
What is it like on your end? It might just be my end.
I don't know, mate. I don't know. Because it's my Zoom it's using though. Because you're all right. You've not moved anywhere.
Oh, okay, that's all right then.
It's
So
definitely
really, yeah,
me.
it's my end. Yeah, it's definitely my. Well, it's my end. It doesn't matter then. That's all right.
It's
It's just
definitely
because I
me.
couldn't hit. I couldn't hear you. That's
Oh,
why
did I
some
disappear for a
thought of
bit
it.
there?
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's more like it was just really kind of edgy.
Aye.
But yeah. Oh yeah. Another thing as well that you mentioned in your last video, right, was when people say, "Be yourself." I
Aye.
think when you described that, it was quite good because you're right. We are always ourselves. It's funny. Someone else said that to me today as well,
Aye.
which is why I wanted to mention it.
Aye. And
Um,
I find that fascinating.
yeah, yeah, because you can't be anybody else, but you can, like you said, to be yourself is actually probably like we was just talking about then. You know, I'm a stand-up, I'm a surveyor, I'm a
Aye.
bricklayer. You're not none of them things. You know what I mean? But you can
Aye.
be who the hell you want to be.
Aye.
You know what I mean?
Aye. That's. I definitely, Gav, because it's like I hate like labels. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? All right. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
cool.
I'm
All
just
right,
yeah.
I keep going mad, but that's fine. Doesn't matter. This is all good.
That's right. Yeah, yeah.
See,
That's yeah.
meditation's about acceptance. It's about accepting things as they are. We
Yeah,
keep getting
exactly.
blips, but it's all
No,
cool. So it's
yeah, but
like
not being funny.
you're not being funny. You said you're not being
I
funny.
said I'm
Didn't
not
you?
being funny, but yeah, I'm not being funny though. But if people have got this far, then you know what I mean. They deserve to have a bad picture.
Aye. So
You're still there.
I don't know what's
Hello?
going on,
Well,
but
as long as I'm all right.
fuck it, it's
It's
fine.
funny because I'm not scared.
Aye, it's just what's
Yeah,
just the
it's probably
connection
just it's
with
a
my phone.
sign, mate. It's a sign.
It's fine. So what I find, Gav,
Yeah, it must be. Yeah,
the idea of being yourself. There's a good book that I read. Can you hear me all right?
yeah.
Right, so there's a good book that I read
Yeah, I can hear you
called.
perfectly. Yeah.
It's called what's it called again? The alter ego, right?
All
It's a
right.
guy by a guy called Todd something, and he talks about creating an alter ego for different things in your life, and he talks about
Mm,
the idea of being yourself, and you kind of grow up, and you're not who you think you are, because you can say you're Gav, you're English, and you're
hmm
not. You're only a guy who happened to be born in England, you picked up the
Nice.
accent.
Yeah.
I'm a guy
Yeah,
that
yeah,
was born in
yeah,
Scotland,
yeah,
happened to pick up the Scottish accent. But
yeah.
if I was born and I was taken to Australia, I would have
Yeah.
an Australian accent. I would have
Yes.
different beliefs.
That's
I've
what
had
these books
different
talk about.
parents. I would
This
have
book I'm
different
reading, that's
beliefs.
what it talks about.
Aye. So he spoke about things like, for example, Beyonce. Right, he spoke about her and the thing, and she was like grew up somewhere in America, and she was grew up in a kind of Christian, kind of strict, kind of Christian background. But
Yeah.
she was like a choir, she was like a gospel singer and all that. But everybody, she was a brilliant singer, and she joined the group. Was it Destiny's Child or something? And and they got kind of provocative and sexy and stuff, and she couldn't do it because she was brought up in this kind of conservative thing. So she
Yeah,
had to
yeah, yeah.
create an alter ego. So she
Yeah.
created an alter ego called, I can't remember, but she gave it a name. It was like something like I don't know, Stardust or something. I can't remember, but she created this alter
Yeah.
ego. So when she stepped on
Yeah.
the stage, she wasn't Beyonce Knowles. She became this different person, and it kind of took over her. It was like channeling, and this kind of sexy kind of character took over. Then when she came off stage, she
Yeah.
became like the normal kind of
Yeah.
conservative thing again.
Yeah.
And
But that's
it's
what you do. That's what
aye,
you do.
aye,
Yeah. When you go on stage, you're a different person altogether.
totally. And
Pretty
that's the
much.
idea.
I mean,
No, I'm totally different on stage. I couldn't behave like that normally.
hmm.
You would go mad.
No, not really. No. Yeah. There is a section, there is a part of you which you do carry around.
Aye,
I think a lot. You know, I mean, as Obie. So a bit like Fight Club. If you think about Fight Club as a good analogy to like alter egos,
aye,
it's a perfect
aye.
example of
That's
alter ego.
brilliant. I only actually
Yeah,
watched that a few months ago for the first time.
yeah, really, it's brilliant, isn't it? It's a brilliant
Aye.
film.
And
But it just
I was
shows you
surprised. I
exactly.
didn't realise who the character was him.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what I mean. So like, it's like we carry around that alter ego and use them when we need them, but
Aye,
we don't know when we need them, but they know when they're needed.
aye,
And that's what that was about. He jumped in when he knew he was needed,
aye,
only when he was needed.
aye.
But
Um,
obviously, like it was amazing, really. I mean, brilliant film. But it just also as well, I've noticed that in you as well. That as I see your alter ego in full bloom, like on stage, you do carry that alter ego around with you sometimes, and it does jump out every now and
Aye.
then. You know what I mean?
He
And go
turns up
back.
every now and
You know?
again. He might turn up a wee bit,
Yeah, yeah,
like when I
yeah,
do like Zoom videos, he turns up now and again a wee bit, but it's not full blown kind of thing.
yeah, yeah.
It's weird.
Well, like in that video, the last one you did, like the last video that you just did, that exactly the same. That was kind of
Aye.
that was
And
Obie.
right, do you
You
know
know?
what? There's a thing that I do, Gav. That I'm kind of realising I do it for stand up. Well, I do it I do it without thinking now. So
Mm.
before I do stand up, see, normally it just happens automatically, and and become the character. But if I'm feeling kind of nervous, no, you're kind of get shit going on in your head, and you don't know if you can do it. What I'll do is I'll take 5 minutes. Remember when you used to come to my gigs, you would start chatting like 100 miles an hour before I was doing a gig, and I was like,
Oh
Gav,
yeah.
shut the fuck up. I can't talk to you for at least 20 minutes. I'll talk to
Yeah.
you after the gig, we'll have a beer, but just now, shut the
Yeah.
fuck
We have to
up.
get excited.
You're in my ear. Because I
Yeah.
have to go and remain me quiet.
Yeah.
So I have to kind of go
Yeah. Yeah.
and I
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
visualize
Like
times
fight.
where I had a
Yeah. It's
gig
like
that
in the
went
zone, isn't
brilliant.
it? I suppose.
And so I visualize a time where a gig
Yeah.
I had went brilliant, and I kind of step into it, and I can imagine how I'm feeling,
Mm.
how all the whole energy of it, and I try and take that on the stage where I'm at. So I'm trying to
Mhm.
do that now more with the videos. So I think before I was kind of sitting in my car. I do it in my car because I can talk loud. There's no
Yeah. Yeah.
distractions.
That's what I do. Yeah. I do videos in the
So I
car.
was in kind of work mode. So I was like I'm doing my deliveries. So I'm still in a kind of work kind of guy. So
Mhm.
I'm the delivery guy. And then the comedy guy's miles away. I don't know where he is. He's in
Mhm.
Australia or something, right? So he's fucked off. So I need
In
to,
bed.
before I done it, I kind of tried to kind of go, all right, remember when I was on stage and try and bring the character here and do it
Mhm.
then. So it's getting that energy, getting the kind of energy of the character in the
Yeah.
car. So he's not, because he's not
Yeah.
used to being in a car.
Mhm.
He's used to being on stage with a pint.
Yeah.
So it's
Not just that though. Can I just interject there with like your thoughts as well on what my audience are going to be like? Am I going to be funny? Does that ever come into your mind? I mean, like, who's are people going to turn up, or have I got? Shall I do that bit, or shall I do that bit? You know what I mean? I mean, how does that work? Does that come into play?
I kind of know how to change. What do you mean, doing a stand-up gig?
Well, more expectations of how it might go. Does that, you have to fight the expectations?
No,
Are you used to not having any expectations?
I don't think about. Well, the way I think about it, Gav, I don't think about the audience judging me. I don't think about them judging me. I don't think about that. I
No,
think
no, no.
about the attitude I've got is how can I be the best me to give them the best night out, or give them the best time. So it's like, no,
Yeah.
it's like, right. See when you're at your best, right? Do you know when you're confident, when you feel confident, right? Do you know when you're out a night out, or you're doing something, and you're feeling confident? You don't care
Yeah.
what other people think, because they're drawn to you, they're kind of attracted to you in
Yeah.
a way. So see, like for example, if you're at a party and you're just in the right frame of mind, you don't care, you're kind of having fun, and you don't give a shit
Yeah.
what other people think. People want to join you. They want to come and
Yeah.
go, oh, that guy looks like fun. Whereas if you're
Yeah.
going, shit, am I dancing funny? Is my dancing weird? And you're awkward.
Yeah.
So it's like when I'm on stage, the attitude I've got is I'm up here having fun. I'm having a laugh,
Yeah.
whether the audience are there or not. So I'm having fun here. And if you guys in the crowd want to join me, cool. If you don't, I'm going to have a great time anyway. And with that kind of attitude, they're more likely to enjoy the gig. Whereas if I'm going, is this all right? Is this you enjoying this? Are you
Yeah.
having fun here? It's a bit needy. It's a bit kind of needy. So, so it's like, aye. So this is something I need to work out in relationships. If I could do this same attitude in relationships, it might work as well. But it's like not caring what people think.
Yeah, that's the
I'm
thing,
drawn
isn't
to
it? It
you.
just shows you. I mean, that's the crazy thing. That's the thing I've noticed as well with a lot of testimonies of stand-ups. There are very awkward people
Aye,
around, like certain in certain environments,
aye,
especially in the relationship department. You find a lot of comedians don't last that long in relationships. I know there's a few that do have big, long relationships and all that kind of stuff, but they're probably the people that take a comedian on as a partner are probably a bit screwed up themselves. Maybe I think, I
no,
don't know.
I think there's
I'm
a lot
just
of
putting
stuff you
that
can
out there.
learn from stand up. You can take into these things.
Yeah,
You could go, all right, if I can
yeah,
be that kind of happy-go-lucky guy on stage, but if I could be that guy
yeah.
or a smaller version of him elsewhere, you know,
But don't you see that? I mean, yeah. If you're the exception to the rule, right? Can you hear me, all right, Obi?
aye,
If you're the exception to the rule, but I think in a sense of like some comedians, they go out there, they do the thing, they're funny, but actually in real life, they're miserable bastards. I mean,
aye,
obviously, like any job, any profession, there's loads of them out there. What I'm saying is, it's just like, so you get people that are very, very funny, that they're on the stage, and you think, wow, that's the most amazing, funniest guy I've ever seen. But off
aye.
stage, they're like, don't want to look at you. They're like, oh, will you
Oh,
fuck off?
totally.
You're not really gonna.
That annoys me.
And it's
That
quite,
annoys me.
but don't you think? I'm just like, we're just kind of swaying off a little bit, but I find that quite fascinating. You know what I
Aye.
mean? And
Oh,
that's the
totally.
ultimate. But that's the ultimate example of the alter ego, isn't it?
Aye.
You know what
Oh,
I mean? It really is, and it's
aye.
quite intense.
There's guys like I won't name anybody. There's guys that are comedians that are amazing on stage. Like they've just gone stage and you think, oh, they'll be great for a night out. Go for a beer with this guy, but then they turn out they're total dicks off stage. It can
Yeah.
happen. Well, this guy's an asshole, but then on stage he's this amazing cuddly character.
Yeah.
What's going on here? You've disappeared, Gav. Now you come back again.
Yeah. It's just like,
The power of the internet is cool, isn't it?
yeah,
Imagine
you
this.
just froze it. It's all right. Yeah, I'm getting used to it now, man.
I know. I've not usually. It's not usually been like this before, but it's all right. It's part of the fun.
Don't know, man.
It's part of the fun of the internet. The last couple of Zoom gigs I've
It's
done,
all right.
Zoom gigs,
Exactly. Yeah.
podcasts I've done,
Don't
there
worry
was been
about it.
no
It's all right.
breaks at all. But this is good.
I'm a professional anyway, so I do all this stuff all the time on my radio show. That's my alter ego that does that.
Aye.
I don't even know who he is. He's just like hardly ever meet the guy. Actually, to be honest,
But
he's,
you
he's
know
a
what, Eagle?
successful motherfucker. Like he's on his own radio show. He drives a really nice car. He's got a beautiful girlfriend and a house. But I mean, he doesn't even phone me anymore. Let's face it.
Bastard.
He's just like, he doesn't
Bastard.
even, yeah, no, it's just fucking since this whole like bullshit with the whatever's going on. He
Aye.
just hasn't been in touch, and I'm a bit upset really because I've just been left here in a 14-year-old girl's bedroom, basically. You know what I mean? So,
Aye.
this is what happens though, man, when you take your eye off your alter ego.
Exactly.
So,
Get him back out again.
I know. And anyway, I'm not in a 14-year-old girl's bedroom, by the way. Just thought I'd put that out
I know. I was going to turn off. I was going to turn off my internet altogether. This is a bit dodgy, Gav.
Yeah, this is.
This has went a bit dark.
Yeah. It's just, but anyway, yeah, I'm just hiding in. It's just actually where I'm staying. Actually, this is my mum and dad's spare room.
Is that your mum and dad's house?
Yeah, because I'm actually living in a camper van now. So
Aye.
as you know, right. So, but I'm actually getting a camper van rebuilt. So I've had to, and I've
When's
got
it
nowhere
going to
to
get
live.
rebuilt? Once the summer comes in, when it's warmer.
Well, no, I think in the spring or something. It'll probably be done in the spring.
Oh,
so,
good man, good.
Yeah, it's just because at the moment it's just not.
Oh, you
the
can
right
be my driving guy when we do the tour.
Well, that's what I was thinking, man. I'd happily do that, man. As do your
That'd be
do
cool. If I
your
walked a bit, you just drove to
safety
the
bit.
next bit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Could do that.
Yeah.
Well, with this, we did kind of speak about that, but definitely, yeah, because I wouldn't mind doing something like that. Actually, as a warm up for my own personal journey that I'm going to be partaking in.
What's that going to be?
Do you want me to say it now?
Aye, it's up to you, mate.
Okay, all right, I'll say it now. I'll say it public. This is public because I've not told anyone
Right.
apart from people I know. But I'm going to be driving to India
All right, cool, man.
in my camper van.
Aye.
So I might need a bit of practice and being on the road and all that kind of thing. When I did
how
it,
many miles would that be then?
oh man, it's thousands. It's about I'm going to be the way I'm going. It's going to be about 10,000 miles.
Awesome.
Yeah,
And one
because I'm going to be going up. Yeah, doing it in an afternoon. I'll be back for breakfast.
Get a curry. Back again.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah. Anyway, so like, yeah, I decided because Raj. You remember Raj, don't you?
Aye.
Yeah.
Go and visit Raj.
Yeah, I lost you, mate.
Aye, no, I'm back.
Yeah. Yeah. So Raj has invited me to India just to like go see him and that. So I thought, and the thing is, he thought, all right, can you hear me?
Aye.
John?
I'm here.
Yeah, that's right. It's just because you went off. Just wondered. Yeah. No, he said what he says. He was sending me videos and stuff. Like he was doing all this subliminal stuff. He kept on sending me India videos and all this sort of thing. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to come and see you, Reg.
Cool.
And he said, oh yeah, okay, cool. And I said, but I'm going to drive. And he went, you can't drive, Gav. He says you'll die. And I was like, no, I'm going to drive. So, but the thing is, you know me, man. I'm a bit like you, right? Fuck it, basically. You know what I mean? And I was like, no, I am actually literally going to drive, and I'm going to do it. I'm going to drive up through Germany and Poland, and then through Eastern Europe and stuff like that, and then come down into Romania through Turkey, down. I don't know how I'm going to get after Turkey. I think might go through Syria.
Aye.
And the Lebanon, so I go through Beirut and all that.
Your dodgy areas on the way, Gav.
I don't know yet. Like I say, I'm going to take it one day at a time. Well, it's literally going to be like one day at a time because I'm going to have to do visas. And obviously, we've got this situation that I don't want to talk about on at the moment. So
you said the
obviously I need to kind of like negotiate my way around that.
CUNT, but now I know what you're talking about.
See you next Tuesday. Yeah, exactly. The C word.
I thought that's
the
ones you were talking about. I know the C ones you're talking about, and I agree with you. I like talking about it.
Yeah, it's not even worth talking about. But yeah, so like at the end of the day, it's just not. But yeah, so that's it really. Yeah, so that's my kind of challenge for the for foreseeable future. I mean, it will be
awesome.
Probably because you want to do this pretty soon, don't you?
Well, obviously, if it could happen, the sooner the better.
Yeah,
I'd like to do it in the summer, but whether that's
because if you're doing it, if you can do it like the end of spring, because that would be the summer,
Aye.
and then I'll be able
Aye.
to join you because hopefully my van will be ready by the end of spring. So
Aye. Hopefully, Gav. Hopefully.
yeah,
Hopefully, if things gonna sort themselves out, but we don't know. We don't know.
yeah, no,
But
definitely.
I've got a kind of plan about how to kind of promote it or sell tickets if I'm doing gigs before I've actually got venues. So I want to I want to do some online. So I've got an idea to do some online courses, right?
Okay,
So I've got one
yeah.
on my memory stuff. How to feel good for no reason, kind of psychological stuff. I know. The fucking process and a few other ideas I've got, kind of courses.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have a thing, work it out and do some online stuff. But then people can buy all the courses plus to get 2 tickets for a gig anytime I've got one. And it'll be like 20 quid or something like that. So I'm going to kind of have a big package that people can get. And it'll help fund it. So they get all that, all these courses plus 2 tickets for a gig for 20 quid before it's actually happening.
Also, as well, utilise.
You actually pay 20 quid per ticket. So it's a project that I'd like to work on before I've done it. So just take my finger out and do it.
Right, I'm gonna have to call it a day now, mate. And
cool.
Call it a cut. But what I want to say first of all before I go is to make sure that people out there that do come and see you, because you're well worth seeing. You're very funny. I mean, I know it's ridiculous, but I used to laugh pretty much every single time we used to do the show. And I was like, I knew what, like most of the time, I knew what you were going to say. But I think with you though, I knew what you were going to, but you did it differently, like with different people. It was just funny because the audience. Thing is, as well, yours just. What I loved about your shows was the interaction with the audience, and you actually getting the audience to be funny, and that was kind of that was fun as well. So so
it's like building a connection.
If you're out there, yeah, exactly, yeah. So so basically, if you're out there watching this now, if you got this far, thank you for a start. Thank you for watching. This is the first podcast I've done properly for about 2 years. Yeah, so thank you, John, for doing this with me, mate.
No worries, mate. Anytime.
Awesome, man. And I will definitely, and I'm saying this on TV live, I will definitely help you out on the old safety of the safety vehicle for the duration of your walk, mate. All right, and then I can jet off to India after that. Yeah.
Cool, man.
All right.
So end recording then. I'm just trying to find the button.
And we'll do it. Yeah, we'll do like a traveling journal podcast thing. And let's do it, man.
Cool. I'll end the recording. We can have a chat.
Yeah. We'll do that on WhatsApp though. We'll do it on the phones because it's better connection on WhatsApp. All right.
Cool, Gav.